the home was built by my grandmother's sister and her husband, and he was Kingsport's first city judge. Sometime after that, she was sick and died. And after living in the house for a while, he decided that he wanted to go move into town and got him an apartment. And he sold the house to my grandfather. Granddaddy and grandmother lived there. And during that time, a lot of construction was going on in the Kingsport area. And my dad had just been discharged from the Army at Virginia Beach. And he got word about all these people that were coming in to the new town to work. So he decided to go down and see what it was like. And in doing so, he got a room with some people in that area. And he was a good carpenter, and he started working with them. At that time, he met my mother. And he asked a group of people, he said, "Who is the pretty girl?" And they said, "Well, she's Mr. Southard's daughter." He said, "I'd sure like to meet her." And they said, "Good luck. The rest of us haven't had any." So it wasn't too long until they were married. And went back to Virginia, his home out from Stanton. And he got a job with the railroad up on the mountain. And they lived up there for maybe a couple of years, and he decided he wanted to come back to Kingsport with her. And they did. And her mother, my grandmother and grandfather still lived in that house. And so they moved in with him for a short time till they found a house they liked. And I was born in that house. And I lived there until I married. And I'd actually like to go back and live in it again. Oh, well, my dad was an absolute marvelous carpenter. And it wasn't long until he built me a playhouse. Furniture, the whole thing. And all the kids around wanted to come and stay with me. And we had a great time. There was an old schoolhouse above the railroad. And I think I went to about the 6th grade there. And then they built a new one. And I went to it. And then I went to high school at Southard Gardens, which was quite a good distance from there, but we rode a bus. And that was fun. And then after graduation from school, I worked with at the doctor's office, because he was a good friend of ours, and he just came in one day and he said, "What are you going to do? School's out now." And I said, "Well, I hadn't thought much about it." And he said, "Well, my girl's going into training, and I don't have anybody to answer the phone. So why don't you just come and help me? And I thought right away, Mother got to kidding me. She said, I believe you like him better than the other fellows. And I said, well, for one thing, he's smart. He was a really smart fellow. And he was so nice. And then he took me to meet his mother and dad, and I liked them. And so altogether, it just fell in just wonderful. And I guess we had as perfect a marriage as is possible. We both worked there. It was a big trucking company. And we were with them for several years. And I enjoyed it. It was just a lot of fun and a lot of good people. Happy birthday, Kingsport. I'd like to live back there again.